Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now today I've got quite a busy day planned. I'm planning to spend most of the day out at my other garage messing around with the cars, but first I need to get through my morning routine, of course, because my health and fitness is the most important thing in my life. Now this morning I had to pick my beautiful girlfriend Kat up from work. She's doing nights at the moment, and by the time I'd sort of got back and then got all my layers on so that I was ready to go for my walk around the block, it was about 20 to 9 and it's now 25 past 9. I've been for my walk, I've come back and taken all my layers back off, I've written in my journal, and I've just finished meditating, and it's time to crack on with my workout. Now, I've mentioned before that I watch videos from a guy called Sam Sulek. He's a 21-year-old American guy who's really into bodybuilding. He's not a professional bodybuilder yet, but he's clearly going down that route. He's clearly on steroids, which is, none of my business. But yeah, he's an absolute beast, and he's killing it on YouTube. But, as well as him showing his workouts and talking about his workouts, he's actually a really wise young lad, it seems. His videos are basically, very raw, not loads of editing or anything. And, they're just him in the car, driving to the gym, talking about whatever he's talking about lifting, but also talking about, life and stuff. And then he shows his workouts and then he drives home. A lot of his videos are just, a day in the life, right? But one thing he mentioned in a recent video, and it's so true, he was saying how he's grateful that he's found something that he really enjoys, something that he doesn't have to force himself to do, every day, something that he's happy to do every single day and, for years and years and years. And that for him is going to the gym and lifting, right? And he's grateful that he's found this thing that he enjoys and that he's seemingly good at. And then he went on to say about how, if you're the kind of person that is just existing and you don't really have that thing, then you're missing out basically on life. And he's so right. And he did say, look, you don't have to find it straight away. Like, he sees himself as very lucky that he's found it so young, But, you do want to be sort of open to trying things and finding some sort of purpose in your life. And he kind of then went on to say, like, if you're the kind of person that hasn't necessarily found any sort of purpose in life and you are just existing, then you need to make sure that you're not the kind of person that whenever someone suggests doing something, trying something new, don't be the kind of person that's like, nah, can't be bothered, I'm busy, because then you'll just always be that guy that never tries anything. And if you never try anything new, then you're never going to find that purpose in your life. And I think a lot of people are living like that, you get up, you go to work, you come home, you eat, you might play computer games, get stoned or drunk, and then go to bed. And that is just your life. You're literally just existing. And, as sort of the most intelligent species on this planet, we're capable of so much. And everyone out there has got something, like some sort of purpose, or many things that are like a purpose, So if you're the kind of person that hasn't really found that number one purpose in your life, then you need to be actively seeking it, actively trying different things. Don't be the kind of guy that hasn't yet found something that they see as their purpose, but also simultaneously not willing to try new things, because then you're just going to be stuck in your loop of life, going round and round and round. So a lot of the time, these things won't find you. You need to actively try things, and then, all of a sudden you'll find something that clicks, and then, you'll dive deeper into it and it might become, more of a purpose in your life. Now, I've sort of always been, the kind of person that tries this and tries that. And I'm also someone that sort of dives in deep when I do find something that I like. So I've kind of always been the kind of person that tries different things. But then I'm also the kind of person that's probably never really found anything that I can say, yeah, that's it. That's the one thing. Now, currently, as I've mentioned on this channel, during this current attempt at me, staying away from drinking drugs and living a clean life, I see making these videos and inspiring people as a purpose, right? And that's true. And you know what? I want to explore ways of how I can grow this and, reach more people, get better at what I'm doing, and inspire more people. But that's the point. For me, it's always like the possibility of diving deeper into things, which I think is good, right? I've always been someone that's willing to try different things. And the way I see it is things like sort of come and go as you evolve through your life. And some things will lead into other things, right? So for instance, years ago, when I was a kid, me and my friends used to, play records around each other's houses. We all thought we were sort of like DJs, up and coming DJs. And then from that kind of inspired a desire to sort of make my own music, write my own music. Now that was something that I never really got into much when I was younger, probably because I just spent a lot of my time, stoned and whatnot. I always had other stuff, sort of distracting me from that desire to learn how to make music. And then in around, I think it was 2017, 2018, I then decided, actually during a time where I was trying to stay clean, I successfully, I think, stopped using cocaine for about a year at that point, because I was literally going to work every day, writing lyrics and stuff. And then, I bought my first MacBook Pro and got some software and started making music. Never really got anywhere with it, never released anything really. I've got this issue where nothing's ever good enough. So, instead of sort of making something and putting it out, I just keep chipping away at it, and the songs and the beats for them were never ever good enough. So that's kind of a downfall of mine. So yeah, never really got that far into it, but at the time it was something that I was hyper focused on, and something that kept me clean for a long time. Now in 2018 I had this idea where I wanted to make videos about my life with my cars. And I already had the MacBook, right? So then I just ended up downloading some software to edit videos and started getting into that. So it's like getting the MacBook for the music stuff. I kind of see then, that kind of opened up the opportunity or the idea or the possibility of me making YouTube videos, because I already had a MacBook Pro, right? So then obviously started making YouTube videos. And then from that, I used to get sort of messages from people saying how I was helping them with their mental health because they were watching my car videos and it was taking them away from, negative thoughts, or, giving them an escape from negativity in their life, which has always been the most amazing thing about making these videos about my cars. Like, okay, nowadays I'm kind of earning a living from it, and, that's opened up other avenues, making money and whatnot. But even early on, there was people that would email me and say, yeah, like your videos helped me escape from negativity in my life, which was awesome. And then I kind of see that as, a lot has happened between then and now, but I kind of see that as like evolved into the idea of me making these videos, to inspire people to try and maybe help some people improve their lives and get out of negative cycles they're in, whether it be drinking drugs, because that's obviously what I've got experience of overcoming, or anything else. And then even with like the car videos, right, as I got a bit more sort of following with that opens up the avenue of people getting in touch and saying, oh, why don't you produce some stickers so that we can put them on our cars and show that we watch your videos. So I did that. Then the next sort of level from that was, clothing and stuff, and mugs and air fresheners and key rings and all these other stuff now that I've got, merchandise that I've got on my website. And then from that, it sort of led on to the idea of, okay, maybe I should start selling car parts on my website. So, one thing kind of leads into another. And I've got a couple of other business ideas, business ventures that I'm planning to crack on with in the new year that have kind of stemmed from what I'm already doing. So what I'm saying is, it's like if you're the kind of person that never ever sort of gets out of your comfort zone at all and tries anything, if you're the kind of person that hasn't really found a purpose in life, you're just existing every day and you're not willing to try new stuff, then you're not going to get anywhere. If I didn't decide to start learning to make music years ago, then I might not have ended up being in the position I am now. Like, my life would have been so much different. It's just that, one step led into another, led into another, led into another. So, not willing to try new things, not willing to try and find some purpose in life is so damaging to your potential. And as a side note to this, I'd say as well, now I don't have children, right? And I'm not saying that having children isn't important. It's like the most primitive sort of purpose we have in life, right? To reproduce, yeah? But a lot of people, they don't really have a purpose in life. They've never really tried anything. They're not willing to step out of their comfort zone and try anything new. But then they have children, and then that becomes their purpose. Now, if you have a child, then that is a big purpose in your life, to bring that child up, to get it ready for the world. But you know what? It seems like a lot of people just sort of use the fact they've got children as an excuse to not sort of explore other avenues in your life. There's people out there that have never really done anything. They've never really had anything about them. And then they sort of have children, and then they sort of use that as their excuse to not have anything about them, to not try anything. And I personally think that even if you have got children, you should still be trying different things in life, progressing in different things in life, trying to find your purpose or purposes in life. Because, if you have children, it doesn't mean that your life's over. And also, isn't that a great thing that you can pass down to your children? The ability and willingness to try new things, to find a purpose or purposes in your life. You can instill that sort of skill and mindset in your child. So then, their life's going to be better. And then maybe they can instill that in their child, So as we go through the generations, we have people that are continually more willing to, find purpose in their life or find purposes in their life, rather than people who are unwilling to try anything, unwilling to better themselves, having children that also are unwilling to try different things, unwilling to find a purpose, unwilling to better themselves, and that cycle continues. So yeah, I thought it was, for a 21-year-old, I thought it was quite interesting the way that Sam Sulek put this idea across. He's basically just saying that he's really lucky and grateful that he's found going to the gym as sort of something that he sees as his, main purpose. But not everyone does have that one thing, And if you're the kind of person that doesn't have that one thing, then you need to be actively seeking that thing or things that could become your purpose. Because when you don't have any sort of purpose in your life, I think that's when, things like getting high to escape from the world become more of an option. And in a way, if you're the kind of person that has, experimented with a lot of drugs in your past, and now you've ended up getting yourself into a situation where, drink or drugs is a habit, then maybe that's actually an indication that you are the kind of person that does potentially have it in you to try different things. And, there is a desire in you to go and explore different avenues of life. It's just that you've chosen to stimulate that part of you by using chemicals or whatever to change your mind state. So although some people might think, they use drugs to escape from the world because there isn't really anything out there for them, then actually maybe if you're that kind of person that is prone to having an addiction or, having a problem with drink or drugs, maybe that's actually an indication that you are the type of person that is not only capable of trying different things to seek a purpose, but also the kind of person that it's essential that you do actively seek some sort of purpose or purposes in your life. But anyway, I thought that was really interesting what Sam Sulek was saying when he was talking about that. But this intro's been way too long. I need to crack on with my workout because I've got a busy day, as I say. I'm going to continue from what I did in the gym the day before yesterday. I did a back and shoulder session. Yesterday here at home, I did a shoulder session. So today I'm going to crack on with some back stuff. I'm going to do bent over rows. Then I'm going to do some left arm only rows just because my left lat is so much smaller than my right. Then I think I'm going to do sort of rear delt, exercise, but holding the dumbbells like this rather than this. I think it kind of hits the muscles in the middle of your back more than your rear delts. I don't know. It's just a different variation on, the one I did yesterday morning. And then I think I'll bang out some of these, which I was going to do yesterday, but didn't in the end. Alright, time really is running away from me today. I need to have a quick cold shower, then have a quick breakfast, and then get out and about to do what I need to do. Alright, so I ended up leaving the house later than planned today. I just had so much sort of admin and behind the scenes stuff to deal with, you know, before I could leave the house. And you know what, I'm not complaining. I've said so many times on this channel before that I love being busy. I love having a variety of things to do. But yeah, it just meant that I spent less time than I planned on the cars today round at the other garage. I actually went to my mate's workshop who's got my latest project at the moment, and you know, we dismantled the car a bit more to make, you know, his life easier and stuff. And yeah, it just took longer than expected. So I had less time because I left the house late, and things took longer just due to rusty nuts and bolts and stuff. But you know what? I'm loving life, you know. It's awesome, you know, diving into, you know, working on cars and stuff. It's awesome that there's so many people out there that enjoy watching my videos. I'm currently sat in traffic on my way back home through rush hour. It's now 4:30 and I need to get home, finish editing yesterday's video on this channel. That's a must before I go to my boxing class later on. Obviously need to take Kat to work because she's doing her last night shift of the week. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow when she can you know, forget about her night shift for another month. And, you know, I can be proud of myself that it's another night shift of hers that I've got through without taking drugs like I used to. So, yeah, life's good, man. Can't wait to get to boxing. But, as I say, I've got some work to do before then. All right, with Kat dropped off to work, I'm now making my way to boxing, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a killer, like it always is. And because today's Thursday and this is my first session of the week, and I'm obviously doing 2 sessions a week at the moment, it means that my next session is going to be the day after tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to be a killer, but you know what? What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And yeah, boxing is by far the one thing that I do that is affecting my fitness more than anything else. It is just so intense. I don't think there's many sports out there where training is as intense as boxing. It is literally, you know, a killer. Like, I literally feel like my body can barely handle a boxing session. But, you know, whenever you're doing any exercise or anything really, like, the harder it is, then the more rewarding it is, you know, when you do get through a session. I haven't actually done head sparring for ages. Obviously, I had my broken toe, so I obviously wasn't doing head sparring then. We always do like body sparring and stuff. But yeah, the coach that sort of does the head sparring a lot of the time at the end of the classes, I haven't had a session with him for ages. So yeah, I don't know, if I get asked if I want to do head sparring tonight, then, you know, I'm game. You know what I mean? My toe is not fully healed, but it is, you know, pretty much perfect now. It's only my boxing classes actually that make my broken toe have any pain, and you know, it's easily bearable. So yeah, gonna get in there, gonna have an awesome boxing session. It's gonna nearly kill me, but it's gonna make me feel so good at the end of it, if it doesn't kill me. All right, so boxing class done, and it was another awesome one. Really pushed myself, really proud of how much I pushed myself. In these boxing classes, my stubbornness is like my asset, you know? When my body and my mind is telling me that I can't take any more, I tap into my stubbornness that keeps me going. Like, literally, like every sort of round of, you know, whatever we're doing in there, whether it be bag work, body sparring, whatever, after every round, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, it's that much, you know, it's that intense. And I love it. I just love going to boxing and experiencing what I'm capable of.
There's no other area in life where I can possibly push myself as hard as I'm able to push myself in those boxing classes. When I'm surrounded by other people that are trying to improve their fitness or, you know, learn the art of boxing. You know, when I've got my coach who has spent his life, you know, boxing and also teaching other people boxing, you know, encouraging me. Like, it's an awesome atmosphere. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, every single person in there is inspirational, you know. I'm not the fittest one in there, I'm not the least fit one in there, but you know, we're all in there together improving ourselves, and it's awesome. I was actually body sparring today with the guy who injured my chest just before I broke my toe. This guy, I mean, he must be about 6'4", he's lean but also strong, and today I just asked him like how old he was, because his stamina and fitness is, you know, he's probably the fittest one in there. Like, he was the fittest one in there today, I would say. And his sort of boxing skills are, you know, probably up there with one of the best as well. And yeah, I just asked him how old he was today, and he said 42. I couldn't believe it. Like, proper inspirational bloke. Like, you know, the fitness and, you know, his drive, his skills, like, yeah, truly inspirational. I didn't think he was 42. I mean, he's a black guy, right? And, you know, black people age better than white people. It's a fact. But I'd imagine he's spent, you know, most of his life keeping himself in shape. And you know what? He's reaping the rewards because he looks really good. But it makes me think, you know what? I'm 38 and he's 42. I could be that fit in 4 years' time if I keep working as hard as I can for the next 4 years, you know? And it's brilliant just surrounding yourself with people that are further along than you in whatever it is you want to improve on, right? Whether it be business, whether it be fitness, whether it be whatever. You know, if you stay hanging around with the same people that you're hanging around with now and doing the same things as you're doing now, then in 4 years' time, you'll be exactly the same person. You wouldn't have grown at all. You know, if I was still knocking about with people that go out at weekends and get drunk and get high, or knocking about with people that just sit around every evening and every weekend getting stoned, then those would be the activities that I'd be getting up to. But because I've separated myself, you know, I've sort of made a choice of, you know, being my own friend, essentially, like being a bit of a loner. But, you know, as well as that, I'm still able to socialise with people, you know. I'm very fortunate that I've basically got friends all around the world that chat to me through the internet, you know, from being a YouTuber. But yeah, you know, I purposely now put myself in situations and around people that are bettering themselves. And you know what? Going to these boxing classes is an awesome example of that. So don't let yourself not progress in life because, you know, you're scared of being around people that are further along in things than you are. You know, get yourself out of your comfort zone to grow yourself. The coach actually said today, like, he was talking in a sort of, you know, fitness terminology. He was saying, you know, if you want to improve your fitness, if you want to lose weight, whatever your reason is for doing these boxing classes, you know, you need to get into a situation where you're raising your heart rate. You know, you need to be pushing the boundaries of what's possible and staying, you know, in that level of crossing that boundary, you know, getting your heart rate up and keeping it up for extended periods. You know, you need to be getting yourself out of your comfort zone and, you know, spending a good amount of time out of your comfort zone. And yeah, those boxing classes, my conscience is clear. You know, I'm so stubborn that I do get myself out of my comfort zone every session, and it's awesome. It is awesome.
All right, just had my post-boxing shower and now it's dinner time. My beautiful girlfriend has made me some sort of chicken and pasta dish. The Italians love their pasta, and I'm sure if Kat had her own way, I'll be eating it a lot more often than I do, but, you know, once a week, you know, a bit of carbs isn't a bad thing. And it does have chicken, so plenty of protein. Looks like there's spinach in it as well. But yeah, my body is crying out for some fuel after exerting myself so much in boxing. And I'm actually going to end this video here and eat my dinner, and then I think I'm going to dive into at least having a first chop up of the footage that I captured earlier. In an ideal world, I would like to put out another video on the other channel tomorrow, but that's all going to depend on what I can get out and do in terms of doing other stuff on one of the cars to finish shooting that video. So we'll have to see how it goes. Whatever does happen, I will be looking to stay busy tomorrow. My beautiful girlfriend will be finishing her night shift week tonight, so yeah, definitely want to spend some time with her. But yeah, today's been an awesome day. You know, I've got out, I've done some work on one of the cars, had my workout in the morning, of course, went and done a awesome boxing session, you know, just pushing myself and improving my health and fitness day by day. And yeah, it's the secret to a happy life. You know, I'd ask anyone who's watching this video, you know, what have you done today that's made you proud? Because you should be doing at least one thing a day that makes you proud. You know, I write my journal every day, and part of that is writing down 3 things that I'm proud of from the day before, you know, and that exercise just enforces my desire to make myself proud every day. And you know, it's an exercise where I can recognize what I've done the day before that makes me proud. So yeah, the journaling is a big part of, you know, this self-improvement journey that I'm on. Anyway, I need to go and eat my dinner. Massive thanks to everyone who's tuned into this video. I hope it's been somewhat helpful or motivational. As always, feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch through the usual channels. All the links to everything will be in the description as usual. I'll be back tomorrow for another video following me through my day as I try and turn myself into a fitter, healthier and better human being. So I hope you'll tune in then. Catch you tomorrow.